Well, welcome. I'm glad you all made it to the Candidates Forum. I'm really excited to be here. Speaking to candidates and helping them file is very near and dear to my heart. This is something I helped candidates with when I was elections technician for Clatsop County before I became the county clerk. I want to thank you all for being here, for considering becoming a special district board member. It takes a lot of time and effort, and the volunteerism is really what does make America great. So I want to thank you on behalf of our community. One of the things that is easy is the filing procedures. And I want to let you know, first of all, if you have any questions and they're not answered tonight, please feel free to come into our office, give us a phone call. All of the election folks at Clatsop County Elections are more than happy to help you answer any questions you might have. The most important thing that you want to remember is the deadline to file for office, and that is March 19th. You'll want to have your filing completed by that day by 5 p.m. There are two ways you can file. You can file by paying a simple fee of $10, filing your candidacy form, which we have candidate packets there and the forms. It's an SEL 190 filing of candidacy form. Just fill that out, pay your $10, you're on the ballot. You can also do it by petition. And petition can be a little tricky, because what you must do is you must come to our office, file your candidacy forms, and file a prospective petition, which is a way that we can approve your petition. We then give you our blessing, send you out, and have you collect the appropriate amount of signatures. We do have a list of all the special districts, how many signatures are needed. We recommend that you have 10 to 15% over, because as we discussed earlier, a lot of folks don't know what district they live in, and they might sign your petition and not be in your district, and they could not count for it. So one of the things that you will need to remember is this petition, after we've given you the approval to go out, and you've gathered your signatures, you bring it back along with another filing of candidacy form. We verify your signatures, and then when they're all verified, we call you up and say, that's when you're officially filed. So all of that must be done before March 19th. So please plan ahead if you're planning on gathering signatures. And of course, Election Day is May 19th. We are sending out ballots on May 1st to May 5th. There's a 4-day window that we're allowed to send them out. We try to send them out the first day. We will have a public certification test of the vote counting machine on May 8th, and I always welcome people to come and watch that process. We always tell the media and tell everybody we usually don't get too many visitors, so if you want to come watch, we'd be happy to have you. So the 19th is Election Day, and our last day to prepare and deliver abstracts and consider who the final winners are is June 8th. So, and we would provide certificates of nomination or election for these positions. One thing I want to touch on is campaign finance, and I just want to touch on it a little bit because this is something that is now handled through the state. But for most folks that are running for special district, they're really not planning on spending a lot of money. They're going to spend that $10 filing fee, and they might buy lawn signs or something. You know, unless it's a hotly contested race, there's usually not a lot of money involved. But if you plan on spending more than $300, you will have to file certain paperwork with the Secretary of State. There's a statement of organization. You must get a separate campaign account with the bank because the money must go through there. And if you're going to spend less than $2,000, there's another form that you can fill out that just kind of covers you up to the $2,000 mark. If any of you folks are thinking about spending more than $300, or you have somebody else as your treasurer, you will need to do this. So please look in the district elections manual that I have provided. You're also welcome to come to our office, pick up a campaign finance manual, and of course you're welcome to come and visit us, and we'd be happy to share any information that we have. I wanted to let you know some of the resources that are available for you. You might want to send out a mailing. You might want to, purchase a voter list from us. You can do that. they're right around $25. We're required by statute to charge $25. And then it's usually like a few cents beyond that after we figure out what per voter it is. So usually anywhere from $25 to $30 will get you an Excel file that can be emailed to you that you can manipulate it, and you can create a mailing list or a phone list if they've, of course, provided their phone number to us. You can also get labels too. So if you want anything like that, you can come to our office, or you can also go onto our website and download this and mail it to us. Speaking of mailing, you're also welcome to mail your candidacy paperwork in along with your check. You don't even have to physically come in if you want to do that. On the back counter there, I have provided special district manuals. They're free for the taking. Also in our office we have election law books if you wanted to delve further into it, or campaign finance books. The Secretary of State is a wonderful resource, their website, where you can learn about ORSTAR. Also, our website has everything you would possibly want to know about candidate filing. We have a real extensive thing with all the PDFs right there. They're interactive PDFs. You can type right in on them, print them out, sign them and send them on. So it's really helpful. It's got all the dates and qualifications needed. I don't think it talks about zones, though. I think that's something that we kind of leave for when, if you're running for a zone office, you should probably call our office to make sure you're in that zone. Another thing that kind of crops up is the sign ordinance. A lot of people aren't quite sure what rules apply to them regarding signs. Now, every city has different rules, so what we suggest is contact the planning department of the city you're wanting to put your signs. If it's in an unincorporated area, the county does have rules regarding signs. The main thing is that you never want it and this is in the unincorporated area of the county, it's never to be larger than 32 square feet in size, and it must not be before 45 days before the election that you put these signs out, and they must be removed within 15 days after the election date. Other than that, and putting it on private property. You cannot put it on a telephone pole. You can't put it in the right-of-way. You must put it on the property, on private property. And if it's for a property for somebody else and they're renting it to somebody, you have to have the permission of the person renting the property. So, but if you have any questions, that's on our website too, or contact the planning department from any of the cities. We have an election law summary pamphlet back there. I don't know if any of you are public officials, but you really need to, if you are, that is a big concern, making sure that you are doing any of your electioneering on your own time. There are strict rules for that. Or if you're hiring somebody to be your treasurer, that might be a public employee, please read that, because there are very strict rules. But remember, it's complaint driven. So somebody would have to file with the Secretary of State's office in writing that they have a problem with something you've done. So I wanted to just kind of open it up and see if anybody had any questions for me regarding this.
Is there going to be a voters pamphlet this year?
No, there are no voters pamphlets for the special district elections. Our home rule charter does not allow us to do that. We only do it for primaries and generals. One thing we do for the candidates is on our website, under the candidate information, we list all the information you put on your candidate packet. When you put your address where all correspondence should be, your phone number, your fax number, your email, we will list that. And then if anybody wants to contact you and ask you, what your plans are, if you became a board member, they can contact you. But no, there is no voters pamphlet, unfortunately.